So in going back to our diagram, this first one is the starter. The middle one goes to the voltage regulator. So I'm going to connect the middle one right now. And that will connect to the voltage regulator. I don't put a cover on the wires in here because this does get covered up. So it is okay. So the next is, let's crimp an end on this. So this is going to the starter. And I hate to say, crimping these things on and having that crimping tool, it makes things so fast. And okay, so this goes to the starter. So according to our diagram, this first pin over here goes to the starter. Here's that. And the last one is ground. So I'm going to create a ground wire. And what we've done is I picked up the ground wire here. So I'm going to make a bullet connector to fit in there. And I'm going to put a female terminal end, or a female connector on the other. So the first is I need to put on a bullet connector. So here's what the bullet connector looks like. And it's a perfect crimp. It's nice to pull on them to make sure they're there. And the next connection is basically a normal terminal. And so we're going to put a sleeve on it. That's a great crimp as well. I gotta crimp this a little bit better. This end right here really should crimp onto the it should crimp onto the actual wire, not the, I'm the covering of the wire. Okay, so let's hook up that Yeah, the white wire, like I said, goes from here and it connects to the voltage regulator. So I'm going to crimp on an end. Normally this does not come off easily, but on this one it did. I got to get this washer up. So this goes here. And I'm going to assume, I think this is like the ground. And it's actually uncovered too. I don't put a boot on that one. But there is a nice casing that goes on it, which is kind of cool. We're good to go there. And let me slide that casing up a little bit. Okay. Oh yeah, I really like that casing. Okay. Obviously we have two here that go to the generator as well. I need to put some ends on them. The first is a red and gray. I've actually already hooked it up to the voltage regulator. It goes there. I'm going to show you on the wiring diagram in a second. Well, I guess I can show you now. So here is the generator, number 24. So we have a wire that goes to number 25, and number 25 is the voltage regulator. We also have another wire that goes to basically the lights on the dash. So that's what these are. The red wire is going to the light on the dash, and the large red and gray goes to the voltage regulator. And I'll show you what terminal that goes to. But I will confirm that the red one is going to the dash, because we're going to ohm it out. So I'm assuming it's this one right here. So you really should stand up to see this. So here is the light. Here's the wire that I'm assuming it is. And if we touch this wire down here, that is it. So it goes to the light up at the dash. So let's keep working on this. Okay, so let me put some terminals on those. Those are going to go on right here. So this red wire is going to the dash, the other one's going to the voltage regulator. And that'll fit. And that'll fit. That's too tight, really. And that'll fit. Okay. So we'll crimp this one on first. And this is the this is the power going through the voltage regulator, which obviously, if it's going to the voltage regulator, it's going through the voltage regulator to get the voltage regulated, just so that it doesn't throw 20 volts at the battery. Okay, so let's try that again. That's a great crimp, I'm gonna say. That one's great because you see this back when it actually got on the wire. I'm sorry, on the casing. So let's install those. I don't think this is an original wiring harness either for the Moto Guzzi. It's really just too nice. Put the washer on. The nut. Be very cautious in tightening these things down. I've tightened one up too much to where the post came out. I took it to a repair shop. Yeah, we can't fix it. Now, he didn't really try, and they have repair methods on this old tractor, so they can get fixed. I'm not saying it's easy. Okay. I want that little red one tucked up in there. There we go. Okay, so that is done. Let us go to this other white wire. We need to see where that gets installed at. So Let me get the wiring diagram. So there are 2 more wires on the voltage regulator, and I wish I had a better picture to give you. So the first thing we need to do now is we need to put a connector on the white wire to connect to the voltage regulator up top here, and I'll bring you around as well. So one needs to go there, and there's a black wire here that we need to put a bullet terminal on and connect it to the I am actually going to connect that at a different spot. I'm going to put a ring on that, and I'm going to connect it to back here. So let's do that. It's just so easy to do that. So it is okay. So let's put a terminal on this. I'm going to bring the camera around too to show you how this is connected when we're done. But it is okay. Let's continue. We're going to start working on these wires here. The next 2 wires are these blue and black ones. And the blue and black ones are for one is for the tachometer and one is for the coil. I'm going to change this one connection. I don't like it, so this one's stripped. That goes onto the positive side of the coil. That's a good connection. So this one is, we're going to check which one is which. I guess it doesn't really matter. And I do not see the black and blue wire going to the tachometer, to be honest. We will figure that out. Let's start by plugging one lead into that, and I am going to go to the headlight bucket and find the first one. I see what it is. There looks like there was a jumper that went from the looked like there was a jumper. Oops. Okay, so that one that we've connected to it has the bullet terminal on it. So that is going to number 4. Okay, I gotta put another connector on there. That's a bad connector. So let me put another bullet on that one. And it actually was missing the covering too, so that's no big deal. But it is you know what? I won't plug it in yet. I'll plug it in when I move the camera around. And it's color coded, so we'll figure it out. But that's the first one. So this is the, this provides power to the coil. Okay, that was a great connection. Okay, so that one, we're positive that that is going to the coil. So that one's good. I'm just going to straighten it up. Let's check this second one. The second one looks like it's just going to a jumper that's in the headlight bucket. It is. I don't know why they have a jumper in the headlight bucket. I have no idea what this black wire is for. Well, okay, let us, so, well, we got to install this one. So this is going to the positive as well. This goes to the positive side of the coil. Okay, that's good, that's good. I don't know what this black one is for yet. We're going to figure that out shortly. It feels like funny wire too. I really don't like that connection to the oil, but I think that is the oil sensor. Let's hook up the ignition switch. So here is the ignition switch. So I'm not going to hook up the dash yet. I'll hook up the dash lights. Yeah, we'll do that. That sounds great. And I tried to get an original ignition switch. They're really kind of expensive, and there's really not one available. And you know what? I'm going to keep this electrical tape around this. Well, I guess oh, there it goes. So the first thing is for the key switch, we have number 26 is the battery. So we have a line going from the battery to the key switch. Well, this key switch is kind of easy because it tells you where to put the battery. So it's really kind of easy. So the battery will fit there. And you know what? Let me put this grommet in standby. All right. Let's get this out. Grommet number 1. Grommet number 2. Oh, all right.
Have a good New Year.
Enjoy. All right. Okay. Wow, that's tight. Okay, so that needs to be like that. Okay, so that looks good. I'm going to trim this a little bit. I'm going to put on a covering too. Okay. That's a great connection. Okay. There's that one. And let's straighten up these other ones. I'm going to keep this one. I'll keep these. This one I don't know about. I don't know why this would be like this. I'm going to fix these actually. I'm going to fix these. They were just way crazy too long. Okay, so there's another wire we have to run. It is a wire from the switch to accessories in the headlight bucket. That is the oil light. This is the generator light. And this is the neutral light. There's one more informational light on the dash. That's for basically lights or high beam, and we haven't run that yet. Okay. Next, we're going to hook up the starter switch. We're going to hook power to the starter switch. I'm sorry, the ignition switch. Oops. Okay, let me tighten it up. Okay. Okay, so that is going to the battery. Next, we have another light. One goes to ignition. And one goes to accessories. This top one is for starter. We just don't use that. And so let's take a look at the wiring diagram. And I hate to say it, I'm going to have to go to the computer screen, but it is. So we have a wire going from the top of the starter straight up, and it's going to number 3, the third breaker. And then we have another one going up. I'm sorry. We have one going down all the way across, and is going to the 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 8th breaker. And that is for the accessories. So accessories goes over here, and this is for basically this is for power to the system, because if you take a look at fuses 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, they actually are all connected. So there's a jumper, and so accessories is in the 8th spot, and power going to the system is going in the 3rd spot. So let me just take a look at what color wires those are.